What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall markets. I'm going to talk about some key levels as the market is seeing some bullish setups panning out, not to mention a big update involving Donald Trump's tariffs. Just remember that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing that way. And also, if you guys can, check out my Moomoo link. Deposit $100 and you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposits $2,000 and you're guaranteed 30. And the offer ends very soon at the end of March. Anyways, as far as the market's going, we have a nice inverse head and shoulder setup on SPY that's panning out very, very well so far. We're trying to look more bullish right here, so I think we're doing a good job if we could break this resistance. And the reason why this is happening is involving Donald Trump, so let's talk about that first. But overall, the inverse head and shoulders remain on SPY and the QQQ, and they're looking quite strong, quite healthy. So what's happening with Donald Trump? Let's talk about this. What did Donald Trump say? That's very, very important. Why is this causing the market to bounce? We had some big news that Donald Trump has agreed to delay tariffs for 1 month on some vehicles built in North America after a call to the CEOs of GM and Ford and the chair of Stellantis. That is what the White House said on Wednesday. The automakers had urged Donald Trump to waive the 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada on vehicles that comply with the U.S.'s 2020 U.S.-Mexico-Canada Agreement Rules of Origins. That's some very, very big news. The move is going to benefit U.S. automakers and other foreign automakers that are in compliance. So this is a big quote that came out from the U.S. White House press secretary. She said that we are going to give a 1-month exemption to any autos coming through the USMCA, and that way they're not at a disadvantage. And then the reciprocal tariffs are going to be going into effect on April 2nd. So that's some very, very big news. The automakers have also offered to boost investments into the U.S. auto industry. That's another big factor that's coming out. And then on April 2nd, we could see more of the auto tariffs coming out. So we're going to be waiting for some time. So for now, it's more of a delay. I would say it's more of a delay, and we're going to have to see what ends up being done. But for now, it's a very, very big news, right? This is very, very big news so far. Then on top of this, Donald Trump was in talks with Trudeau. They have not come to a consensus yet, but they're continuing to talk and negotiate about their tariffs and such. So that's a very, very big piece of news. Donald Trump is continuing to negotiate with the leaders. Obviously, they're going to try to comply with him a lot more because it's not good for Mexico and Canada that these tariffs have increased as well, and they want to negotiate, come to an agreement with Trump. So we'll see how that goes. But so far, the auto industry, the auto tariffs, those are the ones that are being delayed, and that's a big, big difference. That's part of why the market bounced the way it did. So that being said, what happens from this point on? SPY has a nice inverse head and shoulders setup so far, but we need to see it break 585 to really start running. So far, we're doing a good job. We made a very, very nice bounce, and this setup technically remains. We did get a bit of a dip that was kind of deep, but we did not lose this low, so that's a good sign. We want to see if SPY could break past 585 over the next 2 days. If we do, I think we easily run to the 590s. So it depends if we could break 585 or not. If we break it tomorrow, if not by Friday, we should be looking for a big pump again. If we end up losing 578, we could turn back down. But for now, the setup remains, and we're looking quite strong. The setup is a little bit nicer on the QQQ because we're already starting to break structure. We have this nice left shoulder here, a head, and then a right shoulder, and this could be leading us to more upside towards that like 508 target. So far, it's panning out very nicely. As long as we don't end up losing like 498 and 495, I think we're looking good, and this is still looking a bit more bullish. For the Russell 2000, the same thing is remaining. We have an inverse head and shoulders, very clean looking left shoulder here, a head, and then a right shoulder. And we're trying to fight against this white trend line. If we could break this, I think we easily push for like the 210s. If we reject here, we're looking for a dip back down to like 205, but I think we're doing a fantastic job. For ES, we have a nice setup. We also happen to have let me just double check this. We have a left shoulder here. We have a head. Then we have a right shoulder. And this could be leading to more upside if we break 58.81. We're looking for a big push for the 5900s. If we lose 5800 flat, we could turn back down, but this is still looking a little bit more bullish. For NQ, it looks bullish because we also happen to have a left shoulder, a head, and then, a right shoulder as well right here. But I want to see us break 20,700 to really start pushing. It's a tough resistance, but we're making a lot of progress so far on this setup. So far, so good. Bitcoin's on a very, very nice uptrend so far. We need to see if this continues. Overall, we're bouncing off this yellow trend line. So we're doing well, and this is still favoring the upwards direction. Unless we lose the trend line, we are still favoring upside. Nvda looks nice because we also have this This kind of looks like more maybe like a cup and handle, but you could argue it's kind of like an inverse head and shoulders too. Anyways, it's a reversal structure. So we have like a left shoulder. This is like the head, and this could be like a right shoulder before it tries to bounce like this. If we could break 120, we're looking for a big breakout, so it's looking pretty good. Tesla's looking nice. If you look at the 30 minutes time frame, we have a slanted inverse head and shoulders. We have this move all the way up here forming a left shoulder. We have a head right over here. Then there could be a right shoulder forming. And if we could break resistance in the 280 area, we're going to be looking for a breakout for the 290s. So overall, we have potential, and I think we're doing a fantastic job. On Apple, we dumped quite a bit all the way down to about 230 only to rebound. We're making a V-shaped recovery. We're looking for an attempt to break 236 to hit this resistance. If we do ride this up, we're going to continue to uptrend for the 240. So I see potential in this. So we'll see how it goes. But overall, good job by Apple for bouncing. It made back all the losses after that big dump. So great job so far. It's almost green. For others out there, we have AMD. This dipped and bounced with the inverse head and shoulder setup, just like Nvidia's. This is actually looking a little bit cleaner. If we could break 102, we're looking for an attempt to get back up to 105. So it's looking promising. Coin is in the 220s exactly as predicted. We're looking for 225 to hit. If that breaks, we could go higher. Amazon has an inverse head and shoulders as well. If we could break past 209, we're looking for an attempt to get to 212. Overall, I like the setup. I like the fact that it's holding up. Just as a quick reminder, with this setup, I want to say one quick thing. We're going to be watching the 200 EMA at 209.8, so watch that as a tough resistance. I'd like to see us break this within 1 to 2 days, and then we could continue to push for these higher levels. I don't want to see us lose like 205 though, just to be safe. We're still looking pretty good. For Meta, same setup, right? Inverse head and shoulders again, right? We have this left shoulder here, head, right shoulder, break past 660, and we're looking for an attempt to go even higher. If we end up losing 648, we could turn back down towards like the 640 flat area. So as long as we're above that, I think we're looking good. I want to see us break 660 though to really start pushing. Good job by Meta. Microsoft is on a break. We called out the inverse head and shoulders, and as you guys can see, it's looking bullish, right? We had this left shoulder, we had this head, we had this right shoulder. We were right here, and we broke out of this, so it's looking pretty good. We'll see if we get a back test before it tries to continue to go up like this. There is potential in this setup to continue. So we'll see. 400 is going to be a tough resistance. It's a very psychological area, so we may have to give this some time to break through it. And then Google also has an inverse head and shoulders. Very, very nice setup. Left shoulder, right head, right shoulder, trying to push up as well. As long as we don't lose 174, we could continue to uptrend for 178, so it's looking pretty good. What else is good is the fact that, at least for bulls, what's good is the VIX has a head and shoulders. I'm going to be looking at 20.8 to see if this holds or not. If it loses that, this could be dipping more, and that could be a sign the market wants to go for more upside. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's it for my video. For now, the bulls are defending. You guys can see SPYs holding up very nicely. We only have about 20 minutes of the day left at the time I'm recording this, so very, very nice setups. I'll give you guys one more update for the day later on. I'll have one more video coming. Until then, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you for listening, and peace out.